Yo, yo, yo. Looks like we live.
We live. Looks like we live.
Yes, sir.
We live. We live right now. All right. I don't still don't see it. It's not still not live on
I see it. It's
the
pop.
thing.
We popping up. We popping up. See
Okay,
if
here
we
we
got
go.
any people,
All
got
right. So let's
anybody in here.
start. Obviously ain't nobody in the room yet. We're having some technical difficulties, but we also gonna get it jump in. See if anybody jumps in, they jump in. All right, man. So whoa, happy Halloween, bro. Happy Halloween. It's
Yeah, happy Halloween.
been a couple of weeks since we got into this, huh? Since we what I mean, jumped
Facts,
back on here.
facts. But we gonna
Facts,
get
man.
we back consistent with it. We gonna get on it, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man. We appreciate all y'all.
Yeah, facts for sure, for sure. Um, we gonna get into it. We got a lot to talk about. A lot has happened in the past couple of weeks, man. The media is going crazy right now, bro.
Facts. A lot.
Crazy. But first let's talk about the NBA or talk about sports in general. Obviously, right now the NBA is what's going on. How you feel about it so far? I know it just started like what this week or last week. Did you get to watch any games or no?
Yeah, man. I've been watching a lot of sports. I ain't gonna cap, man. I've been watching a lot of basketball since the season started, and it's been like a couple days, but been watching a lot of football, but I watched Wembenyana's first game. I know that was highly anticipated.
How do you do?
In my he did pretty straight. I mean, he didn't do extraordinary, but you can see it. Like he's definitely, in my opinion, right now, he's definitely gonna be an all-star for sure. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like he
all-star
got it.
level.
He got the skills, you know what I'm saying? But also, in my opinion, I think he's almost like a uh what's his name? Porzingis. I
Yeah.
feel like he's a little more of an athletic Porzingis, but he's doing his thing, and he's a good asset to that team. Put it that way.
Right. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't feel like he's going to do bad. I just feel like he's not going to be as hype as everyone's kind of building him up to be. But you never know. You know what I mean? It's still early, and I have been hearing good things for like the couple of games that he did have. So I guess we're gonna see. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You got any predictions or anything like as far already? Like, do you know how you think the NBA season's gonna turn out, or anything you want to see, anything you don't want to see?
I ain't gonna. I think this NBA season is gonna be great, man. I'm the one person that really believes like that the NBA. They added a new in season tournament.
Right.
So yeah, so it's gonna be similar, I guess, to like soccer, how they have like them little in season championships and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I
So
heard about that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think that's gonna take the NBA to another level. Higher competition, games at different times. I think it's gonna be dope, man. I think the season's gonna be dope. A lot of highly anticipated players, like obviously we got the LeBron, we got people who are ready to watch Victor Wembanyama play. Got
Right.
people, even though Scoot didn't do so great his last game, we got people ready to watch Scoot. Um, ready to see Dame and Giannis, play with each other. Even ready to see the Celtics with Kristaps and Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. Like, so it's like the NBA is really really going to be exciting this year, in my opinion.
Right, right, right. And so who do you see, who do you want to see bring it home at the end? Like, who would you like to see win it this year?
Who I'm looking for? Uh Woo, I'm still a LeBron fan, bro. Like as long as bro's been in the NBA, I think I've been a LeBron fan. Shout out to Kira in the chat. I feel like I've been a LeBron fan since '03. So I think
Yeah.
I want the Lakers to take it all, man. I want LeBron to get that one last championship and see where he goes from there. But if it's not LeBron and the Lakers, I'm gonna go with oh, that's tough, man. Who would I wouldn't mind seeing Damian Lillard and Giannis win a championship, the Bucks.
Yeah. How do
I wouldn't
I
mind
saw their
seeing.
game? You think you think Dame's doing a good job, or at least that with that one game that he did a good job assimilating with Giannis, or you think they probably got
Yeah, he did a good
outscored?
job that game. I just seen something on Twitter that he's just scored 0 points and like no rebounds, nothing. Like he wasn't
Well,
doing
tonight that
nothing
was
this last game. I think so. I double check, but I seen some crazy stats showing that. I was like, ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like his energy in general, like even after that game when they was interviewing him, it just doesn't seem like he's at like a genuine place yet as far as like being there, you know what I mean, and like wanting to be a part of the team. I don't know, it could just be me, but it just feels like it's not. Obviously, that's gonna take some time. You know, he was
Mhm.
with one team his entire career, so you can't expect him to just like, just jump in and be cool like that. But damn, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I don't know. I just feel like his energy ain't all the way there with that team.
He may be locked into being a rapper right now because he be making his music. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Um,
Yeah, I know. I seen that. I seen that. He's a pretty good rapper though. He ain't
nah,
bad.
he's dope. He's if we can if you was to rank the best NBA or ex NBA players that make music, he's number one. Like you know what I'm
Number one.
saying?
I
Yeah, I think he's
heard
number one.
like a year or so ago, I went and looked at because back in the day when there was way more rules, Iverson was trying to put out like a mixtape. He recorded a whole
Yeah, yeah,
album. I went back,
yeah.
I listened to that. It's actually kind of hard. Like
It's fire.
I think yeah, bro, you got to go listen to it. Like
I
he's
gotta go.
actually
I
spit.
mean, what's his name? What's his name? Stopped it, man. The
Yeah,
commissioner,
yeah,
David
the
Stern.
commissioner. Yeah,
David
yeah, he
Stern called him
stopped
in.
it.
David
Yeah,
Stern was like, "Nah, we ain't doing that
yeah.
around here, man."
But it's
So he
crazy because
stopped
like
greatness then.
these days, yeah, and that was before the internet and all that, or not internet, but like social media wasn't a thing like how it is now. So it's not like he could even just drop it, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, he recorded the whole thing, and before he was able to drop it, the commissioner told him he couldn't. So, but it's on YouTube. You go listen to it. He got some tracks on there, bro. Like he's actually spitting on there. Like he's a good
I might
rapper.
gotta check it. I might gotta check it out. I ain't
Yeah, no,
checked
he's
that
a
one
good
out.
rapper.
All I heard was like Shaq. He's just
Yeah,
Shaq. Like it wasn't
all right, but
Shaq.
he be
Shaq is he's
like
still
he's
up there
clowning.
though. He's
Yeah, yeah,
clowning, but he's still up there. Like out of the rappers that make music in the NBA.
yeah.
Malik Bridges actually was pretty nice.
Okay, okay, yeah, I heard of Millie Bridge, but I never heard any of his actual songs.
Nah, he's
Uh,
kind of fire, but it's crazy watching like NBA players like really real deal talking like street shit while
yeah,
they're in the
yeah,
NBA, like when they're rapping.
yeah. That's
It's
crazy.
like
That's what it is. Yeah, yeah,
so
and that's what was part of the Iverson thing too. But with him, if you listen to the album, he wasn't even so much like he wasn't talking like I'm doing this now. He was just kind of speaking
yeah,
on things that he's seen and been through, like in his neighborhood and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it was more
word
that vibe. But still, you know what I mean? I understand. I get that the NBA was a different time at that time. So, you didn't want it.
facts.
And plus Iverson, I feel like he's one of the biggest NBA players in history that had the most kids as fans. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be like him and like looked up to him and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
I feel like that probably had played a big part as to why they didn't want him releasing rap music or being a gangster rapper or nothing. But
facts.
yeah. Moving on though, let's talk about Dwight Howard, man. So Dwight Howard, there's a lot going on with this man with Dwight.
Yeah,
Um,
Dwight.
Man, what is your thoughts? So obviously, as most of us know, Dwight Howard kind of unintentionally came out the closet this past 2 weeks. I know there's been rumors kind of about and people saying stuff that they seen him do or alleged, but through some court documents because he is being charged with sexual assault. It's found out that he's been he's not exactly straight. He might be bisexual or he might be completely gay. We don't know. He's not really saying specifically. He's telling people to mind their business. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. But people are having mixed feelings about this because while a lot of people are saying it's a good thing that he should feel comfortable enough to come out and that people shouldn't judge him about it, a lot of other people feel away because there's a sexual assault case
Yeah,
attached to this, and it's really the
that
only reason why he got found out. So what do you think? You think
that
the sexual assault should have something to do with him coming out or no?
uh, I mean, I don't know. I think like so the sexual assault thing is what I feel like everybody's more getting on him about. You know what I'm saying? But he's
Right,
more putting it towards like the sexuality thing. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like I feel like he's trying to hide that his sexuality, but not really hide it in a way, or kind of put it off to the side. But I mean, in this case, it kind of means something. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right.
you have a whole sexual assault case against another man. You know what I'm saying? And the whole I can go cap, bro. The whole story. If you see like the whole court document or whatever it is, bro, it's comical. It is, bro. Like
I mean,
it's
you don't want to
comical.
say
Yeah,
a sexual assault is comical, but I
That's
get
true.
what you're
That's true.
saying.
Let me yeah, yeah. The sexual assault part, like the dude, you know what I'm saying? You want to I want to say you like kind of like, damn, that's messed up that he did that. But the
Yeah.
whole situation, yes, yeah, I mean, you can't like, come on, bro. How do you have somebody in the closet or wherever it is and just have them pop out, you know what I'm saying, unknowingly and like think that's okay? Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So
And again,
I
this
wouldn't like
is
it's
only the first time that has been legally documented. But for a while, people have been saying Dwight has been not able to keep his hands to himself, not only with his teammates, but at clubs, parties with other men. You know what I mean? And he ignored it for a
oh,
long time.
there was a whole other like somebody did a whole Twitter thread about it was this I gotta find out. I'm not good with the wording when it comes to trying not to get canceled, but like it's another like transsexual person, you know what I'm saying? And they did a whole story on Dwight and how like Dwight did them dirty and kind of uh like they kind of knew this was gonna like happen or come about in a way, you know what I mean? Because how Dwight Howard is, like he forces himself or just kind of weird, and if he gets like caught or whatever, he'll you know like do some dirty behind the scenes stuff, you know, and this is all allegedly from this person.
Right. And so in like Leger wrote here, what are the details of the case? Obviously we don't know all the details, but an excerpt from an article here says in one alleged exchange, Howard vehemently denied being gay while simultaneously arranging a hookup. Harper being the victim, Harper alleges that Howard demanded a threesome and that Howard performed oral sex without consent and later forced him to do the same. Howard denied those allegations, though, through his attorney, Justin Bailey, who asserted that Harper's lawsuit was preceded by an extortion attempt. So basically, Dwight Howard and his lawyers are saying that this is all an attempt to get some money. It's extortion. I mean, like we've heard all of that before with other, you know, in any kind of situation like this. So I wouldn't really pay no mind to that. Uh, you know, it's a hard thing because you don't want to say someone who's literally a victim who's trying to come forward with this information and get some sort of justice for it. You don't want to say like, oh, they're lying or they're completely making it up. But as you said, there are
Yeah,
details in here that are just kind of like bonkers. Like, whoa, holy crap! Like he was really
that's
going in.
and that's really yeah, that's really what I want like about the story, like the way it's told. It's like, you know, there's also two sides to the story. And
Yeah,
I know Dwight Howard, all he's really saying is that like he just likes what he likes. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's all
yeah,
he's really saying. He's not saying, look, yeah, I hit this person up and they said they was gonna come. I mentioned to them about like maybe if he did talk about a threesome, I mentioned him about a threesome with another guy, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He's not saying that, he's just saying I like what I like. So that just leaves it up to everybody to guess that first of all, this person is right about everything that they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like we're
Yeah,
not getting to hear the full side of Dwight's story for real. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
So it
think
kind of
he
just leaves it up to your mind.
but that's the thing. I think what he's trying to do by default to try to steer away from the situation is
Mhm.
to act or say that he's not gay in general or not confirm. He's neither confirming or denying that he is gay. So it's like he's kind of leaving it up to you to think that because obviously if he straight up confirms, then it already looks like okay, it's leaning towards the victim telling the truth already because that's just how our minds work.
Yeah,
Um, because again, like you know, we got to take into account here that just because he is gay or may not be gay does not necessarily mean that these allegations are true. You know what I mean? It just looks
that's what I'm
more
saying.
scandalous because yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't know of he didn't confirm or deny his sexual orientation before. So finding it out this way, just mixed with the allegations, just does not look good, I guess. You know, it just makes it
Yeah,
look
yeah,
like he
it's
has something to hide already. So
it's kind of mind blowing. He went on uh what show? Some radio show.
right.
Uh and the guy was like, "Yo, I'm gonna start the interview off like what everybody wants to hear."
Yeah,
Like Dwight Howard, are you gay?
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. The nigga started the interview and he said exactly, you know, I don't care. Not me, not me. He said this 10
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Not me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. The people want to know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But what's and my thing is like, nigga, if this is not something you want to know, why would you should have eased into this. Dude. Anybody who does
Yeah,
interviews, you should know, like, you should have built him into that so that he probably felt more comfortable or even felt obligated to answer it in the end.
true,
How
true,
you
true.
start
Like
the
kind of,
whole interview out the
yeah,
gate
he
with
just
that? Like,
started off right with it. But
obviously,
to be real, my
yeah,
thing on that, like why else? There's no other reason that Dwight Howard should be on a radio. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what else was he going up there for? In his head, if I'm Dwight Howard and they're like, "Oh, come on the radio show," you think they're
right.
going up there to ask you about your basketball career right now, bro?
No. Well, you
Yeah,
know what I noticed? What I noticed, what I or lack
they're gonna ask
thereof.
you if you're gay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, like,
bro. Like,
I know Dwight should have seen the question coming, but I'm just mad that homie, like, he didn't ease into it at all. Like, he just out the gate. That was the first question. Like, bro, come on.
yeah, yeah.
But you know what I noticed lately in the media, though? I feel like a thing that they're trying to do is that, like, obviously you have to do damage control once this kind of thing happens. And for some people in their team, damage control is literally like not saying anything, putting everything on pause, kind of like you see with Jonathan Majors.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this other form of damage control where it's like just pretend everything is normal, like
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
that I see some people trying to do. And I think that's what he's trying to embrace right now is just kind of like don't shy away from the media, but when you're in the media, just kind of don't address any of this. Just act like it's normal. So
I think it was a bad move to go to that radio station. If he did not want
yeah,
to answer that
yeah,
gay question, bro, because he know
yeah.
anybody that puts a mic in front of his face, that's where they're gonna ask, like a real journalist. They're gonna be like, Dwight Howard, like, are you gay? You know what I'm saying? Maybe not right off the bat. Maybe they're gonna, talk about it a little bit. Hey, so your basketball career, this, that, and the other. Hey, also, you gay? You know what I'm saying?
Like,
but
just
but
wondering.
yeah. But yeah, nah, like any interview that he does, they're gonna ask him that question. I don't get, what I'm saying, him going up. He should have knew that. I mean,
Yeah,
firsthand. I
yeah. You
guess he
should have
wanted.
been.
He probably thought about that while he was like going to the interview. Like, oh, he's gonna ask me this question. I'm gonna be like, oh, that's what you brought me up here for, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, like
yeah.
you don't want to ask me other, and then he's gonna be like, hold, because he said, hold on, if whatever people want to do with their lives, they blah blah boom boom boom, and which is true, but I mean, man's dealing with some serious
Well,
charges.
yeah, but okay, but like I said, I think when people are saying you should do what you do with your life is in relation to his orientation sexually. As far as the allegations of the assaults, I think people are like, yeah, that's not cool, which is why I think some people are trying to separate themselves. And I gotta be 100% with you. I don't like I said when the Jonathan Majors thing came up. While it's
Mm-hmm.
possible that not all of these things are exactly true, right? I just would find it hard to believe that this person is making up everything, every single thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's been text message documents that he clearly knows this person. They've corresponded through text. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like, why would they make all this up? But let me ask you this though, before we end the topic on Dwight. If the allegations are not true, say they're extremely exaggerated and he didn't really do anything technically illegal. Do you
Mm-hmm.
think that this should have anything to do with him personally or his career? Like, do you think people should look at him differently as far as him obviously probably being bisexual or the
Oh,
fact that he's hid his sexuality for so long? Like, what would you think about that?
so yeah. So with that one, before we get on that, shout out to Sati, new single just dropped. I'm gonna check your
Yeah, shout out to
yeah, your
yeah,
new single out. Shout out to you, man, for joining the live. But
yeah.
so with
When you come
Dwight
back to New
Howard,
York, bro. Next
facts,
time you
facts,
got to
facts.
pull up. Yeah,
Um, with Dwight, I don't think it's gonna tarnish his career. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think anything, like, it's not gonna put a, if anything, it's gonna do better for his career if he's with any kind of good PR person. Actually, this could actually be great for his career, to be honest with you, man. You know
but
what I'm
he'd
saying?
have to
Like,
embrace it. You would have to embrace it.
he has to embrace it. I know somebody's gonna come to him and be like, hey, bro, you're gonna have to embrace this, bro. Like,
But he
if
can't he can't embrace it with this attached to it though. He can't embrace it with the
yeah.
assault.
He has to
That gotta
win
clear
the
up.
case. He has to win the case that has to clear up. And afterwards, if he embraces it, he'll probably be the most iconic superstar or ex superstar or whatever you want to call him to
Right.
be like, come out like that and embrace their sexuality at that level. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it
no, I get
could
you.
be good for him if like these allegations aren't true, he beats the case and he goes on some PR run afterwards, and you know what I'm saying, they embraces his sexuality. Like it could actually be good for him.
Word, yeah. Listen, these days, what I think is at least good for guys or anyone that gets into this kind of situation is that we're not in times where people are just gonna bash you for your sexuality just because, you know what I mean. Because what he said, I do agree with. It's really no one's business. Like, you know what I mean. Like what people want
Yeah.
to do or what they don't want to do with, you know what I mean. It's not their business. But unfortunately, in his case, his situation got, you know what I mean, bammed up with the fact that there's a whole sexual assault attached. So, you know, obviously that's not
Yeah.
cool. But
And
yeah, we're
with
definitely
his
gonna keep up.
teammates, like
Go ahead.
like
No,
what
go ahead.
Rachel
Go
said,
ahead.
I just want to answer that
Yeah.
with the will his teammates feel some type of way? Honestly, if I was in his
Mm,
teammates position and he was in, like, I'm thinking back to all the playful stuff he did, I definitely honestly would feel some type of way. I ain't gonna cap with you. I ain't gonna lie and say I
all right,
wouldn't be like, damn, bro, like was bro like hitting
all
on
right,
me the whole
but,
time type shit. Like
but what?
it'll be, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It'll be weird.
All right, well, let me ask you this though, because and this is for you specifically because you played on sports teams and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
say dude was like your teammate, you know what I mean, and you know he never mentioned nothing. You know you didn't suspect nothing really, and then you found all this out. Would you feel like, as far as on a personal level, as a friend, would you feel like, damn, why he ain't tell me, or why, you know what I mean? Like, would that change your
Yeah,
relationship with him?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the yeah. I mean, if we cool, if we homies, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like you said, it's none of your business, to be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I was like, oh, why you ain't telling me, he'd probably be like, cause like it just, yeah, it's just what I do. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't
Word.
think that's something you wanted to hear, which is it's really not. I don't care about anybody else's sex life. So, I mean, I
You are.
understand, but it's the playfulness that, because I don't know if you've seen all the videos and stuff like that. He was like, I don't know if you've seen incoming joke. I don't know if you've seen Key and Peele, where the episode where he's like, everybody, what's up? Slap ass. You seen that one? You ain't seen that one? Key and Peele?
Oh yeah. I see that.
He's like, slap ass.
But
So
yo, I'm not gonna hold you. And again, I don't want to go
mhm.
too stay too long on this, but I'm not gonna hold
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like a lot of sports players, probably, particularly in the NBA, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's probably a lot of guys in that locker room when they get back there, you know what I mean? Like that's, you know what I mean? They enjoy that part of the
That's
night. You know what I
actually,
mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I wouldn't be surprised. And to answer Legier's question, why is the assumption that just because he's gay, he's sexually attracted to his teammates? It's not really an assumption. The the
I get what she's saying
the
though.
what
Like,
it
why you
is,
think
yeah,
why he
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but it's more of like what you see, the stuff that he did. Like there's videos of him sitting on a bench grabbing one of his teammates' uh private parts, private areas. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
there's videos of that. So people are like, yo, you was playing like that. Were you like serious, or how, what's up with this? You know what I'm saying? So, and even now you start looking at the teammate, like, but like I said, like they say, it's none of our business, to be real, but you know, it's gonna be looked at like that.
absolutely. And you know, at the end of the day, there's some people, whether you're whatever your sexual orientation are, there's some people that are just freaky. You know what I mean? And they're gonna often put other people around them in awkward, bad
Yeah, yeah,
sexual situations and encounters. And I feel like more than anything, he's probably that kind of dude. You know what I mean? Like even with women, I'm sure
yeah.
there's plenty of women that he
I
probably,
think he said that. I think he said that he was that kind of dude, to be real. So
yeah.
he
Nah,
just doing him. Just hey, don't go out there sexually assaulting people, man. It's not a
please
good thing to
don't.
do.
Please don't. All right, moving on. Let's go to the next topic. Let's talk about Drake and Joe Budden, man. What's going on with Drake and Joe Budden? What is going on?
Woo-wee.
Joe Budden often, you know, he's been known to kind of stir the pot with the younger, you know what I mean, the younger rap guys and stuff like that. In this particular situation, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna look up the article as well because I was reading it earlier, but it was the art. It wasn't getting into the details I wanted. I guess Drake dropped his album and Joe Budden wasn't feeling it. So Joe Budden, did he put out some sort of like a review, or he just kind of commented on it that like, oh,
I
you know
think
what
he
I
just
mean? It was whack.
I think he just said it on his podcast. Oh, nah, this was like so, and just like, I mean, a lot of other people's thoughts, I guess, that are over a certain age, right? Who's been listening to Drake for years. I think
Mm-hmm.
he was more saying like we us as fans
Mm-hmm.
or whatever people who are listening to the music, the
Mm-hmm.
consumer,
Mm-hmm.
I guess the older ones that are over a certain age want to
Mm-hmm.
hear some evolution in his music. And I heard you said kind of the same thing before, like, yo,
Yeah.
like he kind of drops the same thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and it is good. You can't cap and say Drake don't make good music, right?
Oh yeah,
Because
you
he
can't.
do, but I feel like he just needs to evolve, like, and embrace the evolving in his music. I
Right.
believe the reason Kanye is able to really still sell records is because every time you listen to Kanye records, is he's evolving in every single one. You're hearing, things that are just evolving around his life. He'll mention his daughter sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just the music, you see some kind of evolution. With Drake, he's kind of just stuck at if I could put it in a way, just he's just stuck at a certain age. Like he didn't move past like let's say 27. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just stuck at 27-year-old Drake. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And some people want to hear him evolve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just
Um.
like Rachel said, he's going in the past bringing up Rihanna or his situation with Rihanna. It's like, bruh,
Yeah.
like, come on, man.
I
Let's
think
let's hear
overall,
about what you got going on now.
and that's the thing. It gets because like I've said for a long time with the Drake situation is like, at the end of the day, bro, he's whether you like him or not, or whether you even like his music or not, he's done so much career wise and music wise and just culture wise that I don't feel in his mind, and probably rightfully so, he doesn't believe he owes nobody anything. He doesn't owe his fans nothing. He doesn't owe any record uh labels nothing. Um and we, like I said before, we since Best I Ever Had came out, which is like what, like '07 or something like that. There's not been more than 3-4 months that you have not heard this man on the radio to some
Yeah,
degree,
yeah, for
whether
sure.
it be a feature, right? So when you got that mindset, I can understand why Drake does and feels the way he feels. I can understand that. But like you were saying, like I think Joe Budden was trying to say, is that he's getting to this point where there's obviously, forget even changing up his aesthetic or doing something different, he seems to be regressing mature wise. You know what I mean? Like he's not even making,
Yeah, yeah,
like there
yeah.
are several artists, Tyler the Creator, all these kids who even were like so you call even immature and way younger than him and stuff. That have grown to make like way more mature and way more like, I don't want to say thought provoking. I think that's kind of corny, but just music that means more without having to do gimmicks.
Nah, for sure. I think you could say thought provoking. You know what I mean? Because I feel like he's at the point now where, like, to be real, I don't think. Let's see. Let me think of his last albums. This one, the other one.
The one with the
Um,
big numbers and stuff on it.
yeah. I don't think he's made anything substantial that you can listen to 10 years, 15 years down the line for the past few years.
But
Like, I
even
don't think
that,
he's
my
made
thing is
anything
like
like that.
I don't honestly, I don't think that should be the bar either. Like, oh, as a rapper these days, I need, because like end of the day, bro. Like we for the 2-3 years now we've been doing this podcast, and we've seen even just in that time period, we've seen how rap music or music in general has like evolved and changed for better or for worse. Depending on who you are, but
Yeah.
I could understand not that shouldn't, I wouldn't have that in my mind either, especially if I'm Drake, that I need to make music that niggas gonna bump or it's gonna mean something 20 years from now. No, I understand not caring about that. But like
Mhm.
Rachel even said, like the bringing up Rihanna is like, why are you doing this thing now where it's like you're an adult and the only thing you could even think to do to get your little listens or your little views or to get people to be like, oh, you heard Drake, is to demean other people. You know what I'm saying? And he's such like a conflicting as a person or as a human, which we're all conflicting. I get that. But this man will be 1 minute talking about, like positivity and bringing people up and like respect. And then it's like he'll in the same, like how you just drop a song where you talking about people that are like low blowing people. Because to me, like that whole Rihanna thing was a low
Yeah, yeah,
blow,
yeah.
disrespectful to her and her man's the father of her children and whoever else. I forgot the other people he dissed on the album. But yeah, I think that's the problem. It's like, bro, your response too, because if you look at the response and how he responded to Joe Budden was like, because even when I saw what Joe Budden said, I was like, bro, knowing Drake, especially right now, the album just dropped, all this, he's probably not even gonna pay no attention to this. He's probably gonna laugh at it. But then his whole response was
Yeah.
just like, yo, like, what are you, like 17, bro? Like you don't expect, and we cannot at this point. it don't make no sense to make fun of people like Joe Budden or DJ Envy or Charlamagne the God or whoever for doing what has literally become their job now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
everybody, because one of the things I saw him saying was pointing out like his lack of a music career or like a quote unquote failed music career or something like that. And it's just
yeah,
like, bro, not everybody's gonna be Drake. You get what I'm saying? Like, not
yeah,
everybody's
yeah,
gonna
for
be
sure. Exactly.
Kanye, not everybody's gonna be Pharrell, not everybody's gonna be Lil Wayne. Nigga, not everybody's even gonna be Lil Pump. You get what I'm saying? Like, so you
But
can't.
you
I
see,
don't have.
this kind of goes this kind of goes into what I'm saying is he's not even evolving as a person, because right
Yeah,
now, if you look at it, and a lot of people been saying it, them streamer niggas and the podcasts are the ones who people are paying attention to, bro. It's really not like the music is gonna be the music. People gonna make the music, but the people who's making the money, the people who's making headlines, are
yeah.
really podcasters and people like Joe Budden. You know what I mean?
And
Like
I
I've
don't
seen
blame them
Joe
for.
Budden.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, go ahead.
good.
No, go
No, I
ahead,
was just
you.
gonna say I seen Joe Budden make more headlines,
Yeah,
and like people like Kai Cenat make more
yeah,
headlines than honestly Drake has in this past month. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Consistently, like
So
more consistent. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like consistent.
exactly. So evolving as a person is knowing, oh, this is where it's going, like podcasting and live streamers, they taking
Yeah,
over.
but
So make
Drake knows that. Drake knows
yeah,
that, and
yeah,
that's part of him being immature right now. Is that you know that, but you still use that as your because that's all you could use was ammo against him because he knows right now Joe Budden is not an active rapper. He's not about to get in the booth and go back and forth with you. He's not going to do that. So all you could do
yeah,
is attack what he's doing now, and it's crazy to attack
yeah,
someone for something like that because it's like you said, bro. Like this is what's popping right now. This is how the man eats. This is how he puts. At least he's doing that. Look at 50 Cent. 50 Cent at one
yeah,
point was the biggest rapper in the world. He realized that is not my route no more. I'm gonna get into these shows and these movies, and I'm gonna make money that way.
yeah,
Everyone laughed when they saw, or at least was confused when they saw Chameleon there on the sideline at the NBA game because they're like, "What the hell is Chameleon doing?" But bro, just because someone is not actively rapping or they're not in the studio putting out an album, that does not make them a lesser person than you, not even in show business wise. Because this is the day of the internet,
exactly,
not the age of music. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's the age
exactly.
of the internet, and
So that's
however
what
you're
I'm
getting it
saying.
that way. But so let me ask you this though: Did you see the album? Oh, sorry, did you listen to the album at all?
Yes, I did. I think I listened to it like once or twice, to be real with you. Yeah, once or twice. I didn't listen to it like that. Like I said, I felt the same. I honestly felt the same way Joe Budden felt, bro. It's like, bro, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we heard this vibe already. Like, yeah, I ain't really messing with it. And like I said, you know it's good. You know it's good. Like I'm gonna hear the singles. Like you hear that song with Sexy Red that's popping, I think, on like Twitter right now. And like not only Twitter, like Instagram, like it's kind of has a trendy song in it. There's another one
the one with
uh
Yeet. I've been hearing the one with
that's
Yeet. I
trending.
know
I
that one.
forgot. Yeah, the one with Yeet. Even the one with Ken Carr. Honestly, my favorite one is the one with what's his name on it. Damn, I listen
There's
to
a
this
song
man
with Kim
album all the
Kardashian
time.
on
No. What's his name? I forgot his name. I listened to the first song. It's like Amen. I remember the dude. I listen to the dude all every day, and I forgot
it.
his name right now. It's like a mime.
Tezo, Tezo,
I just
Tezo,
um Tizo,
Tezo
Tizo,
touchdown.
Tizo, Tizo touchdown. Yeah, I think it's Tizo.
Yeah, yeah.
Tezo. If it's Tezo, I've been saying it wrong the whole time. But
I think it's Tezo.
yeah, the song with him is one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't listen to much more after that. Like I said, I know it's good. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's a bad album. I know it's good because you know Drake. He's not gonna put out anything that's
But that's
trash.
my point with this man. It's like you're at this point. You know what the illest response would be from him is like, bro, I'm at the point in my career I could drop anything. You get what I'm saying? Because Drake could literally drop anything, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
somebody. You know, why wouldn't that be your response as to like this? Which is shows you like you yourself must be conflicted about this, or you must have some sort of what I mean, like
Mhm.
feelings about it yourself. Because why would it get you so upset that this man pointed out again? And this could just be the opinion of even like you and Drake said of just older dudes. Maybe it's just older dudes. And at this point right
Mhm.
now, Drake's audience is not older dudes. His audience is not men the age of Joe Budden. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not. You know what I mean? So I don't
That's
get
true. That's true.
why you would look at that and be like, oh, they dissing me. It's like, bro, you can't. Um. So but let me ask you this as well. Like, do you think that and we're gonna talk about this later when we talk about Nori and Kodak, but do you think that these guys that used to be in the rap game, they used to be artists, but now they are kind of just a social media presence or interviewers or podcasters, whatever? Do you think that they should have like a very open opinion on these younger rappers, particularly that are in the game? Like, do you think they should try to keep it more like on a neutral kind of level?
I think they should keep an open mind. I mean, a lot of a lot of the younger rappers are fire in, I guess, their own way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I don't know, I wouldn't even say I'm kind of close. I'm not really close minded when it comes to like young rappers. Like you know what I'm saying? 'Cause, like the new people, like somebody like let's say okay, Ken Carson. People have been bringing his name up lately. I don't know his age. I don't
Yeah.
know what the situation behind it,
Right.
but I listened to his music and
You like it?
I necessarily wasn't feeling it from first listen. I know what
Yeah,
happened.
me.
You know you can go back and listen and something okay I can understand, but I wasn't feeling it from a first listen. It sounded like just the normal. It sounded like Young Thug went to jail and it just replaced it Ken Carson. You know what I'm saying in a different way.
Yeah.
Um, uh, so I wasn't necessarily feeling it, but I mean I guess I could understand why people do. Maybe the beats, maybe the hype of it or whatever it is because like even somebody like Kanye was he posted something about Ken Carson and I was like yo maybe they're hearing something I'm not hearing, you know what I'm saying, but I
Bro,
think
I
I think
think
it's a good idea to stay open minded on it. But what are you saying?
there's a lot of artists right now that I think people are hearing something that I'm not hearing. You know what I mean? But and I think that's just that's just what it is right now. Like us,
Yeah.
music is very open to interpretation right now, and a lot of people have different tastes in it. You get what I'm saying? Like even some of the biggest mainstream artists right now, there's people who are like, yo, I don't get what people see in this person. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know. You just got to kind of take it with a grain of salt and just like if I feel like if people would keep that in mind, just keep in mind that people have different tastes and not everybody's
Mhm.
gonna be feeling the same thing that you feeling, and it just might be that way.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I think if they kept that in mind, then it'll be a little easier. But that's these days is difficult. Um, but yeah, so we're definitely going to see what continues to happen with Joe Budden and Drake. I'm sure this is not the end of it, and so we'll see. We'll see.
Definitely not.
Moving on, though, man. Moving on. Let's talk about Will and Jada, bro. What is going on? What's going on with Will and Jada? I feel like these two. I feel like
Jada
these two.
Jada Pinkett Shakira Smith.
Yeah, man. Whoever. She definitely don't belong to Will. I don't know what's going on. From her words herself. So what Jada's saying now, is that her and Will have been. I'm so confused by all of this. I'm just gonna say what
Yo,
I
there was
heard.
so much different stuff. So much different
So
things,
much
bro.
different stories. Like, but what I'm hearing though is she's saying now is that her and Will have not been together for years. And then when that news started kind of to spill out, she kind of back checked it and was like, "Oh well, up until the night of the incident at the Grammys or the
Where he
Oscars. I'm
slapped
sorry, up
Chris
until the
Rock.
night of the incident at the Oscars. That night we were together. Obviously, is what she's saying." So on top of that, and this confusion of this in the status of her and Will's relationship, another thing that she's like doing media rounds now because she has this book coming out and she's all up in the podcast and the blogs. She's also not stopping this rant about everything that has to do with like Tupac, and she just won't stop talking about
Yeah.
Tupac. Like, I don't get it. Like, why won't this lady stop talking about Tupac? So, what do you think? And first, let me ask you, like, if with all that's going on, let's say even forget the Chris Rock situation and let's forget that night. All that's going on right now with Jada and Will, how would you feel if you was Will? Like, how you think Will should feel about this?
Um. Damn. I mean, it will. He should like. It's messed up, but then again, like I have a weird feeling that there's like some kind of there's a plan behind all of this. I think that he has
Yeah,
to be because
he
the
knows,
man
right? Like
like
he's in on it. Like he's in on it.
yeah, like he's like, hey, this is gonna sell your book. Go do what you
Mm-hmm.
gotta do. Like, because they've been
Mm-hmm.
on the stage before where Will got, I guess, disrespected or whatever from Jada. Because a couple years back with the entanglement thing, we talk about the same dude who sat
Yeah,
around the table. And she was like, yeah, I slept with this person, and I had an entanglement, and boom, boom,
yeah,
boom, and you was in the other. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
there's Will has to be behind it because a couple days after she's been going on these rants, you see him. They're all together blowing out. What was it? I forgot what they was doing in a video, and you know what I'm saying.
Maybe
I
her
feel like
birthday. I think
he
like her
gotta
birthday or
be
something
behind it.
like that.
It was a birthday or something like that. Like he's probably like, yo, this is just gonna build our wealth even more if you have a crazy selling book or whatever
Yeah.
situation they got going on. It's unexplainable. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they together, if they not together, if they're just partners, if they sleep with other people or whatever it is, bro.
All of the
But
above. All of
yeah.
the
they the real definition of it's complicated.
yeah, like very complicated. But like you were saying though, honestly, I think at this point, I think Will's got it. They got to be in it together. Like especially as far as it's like, and even if it's
Got
not
to,
like
bro.
a okay, they're in it together thing, they clearly are comfortable, I want to say, with the status of their relationship or whatever the relationship is. And I think because they're comfortable in that and they know what's up between them, they're completely they don't care about like, you know what I mean? Like he obviously doesn't care about what she goes and says in the media, or how she portrays their relationship or lack thereof. So I feel like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's definitely a situation where they know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
because I'm like I'm thinking if I'm Will Smith and y'all already in that situation and they're like, you know what I'm saying, and this is a book you got and you want the book sales to go crazy, I'd be like, yeah, go out there. Talk. If they're gonna ask you about Tupac, hey, like talk about Tupac, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, like
right.
all this stuff. So, yeah, like it's just like
But
Legier
do you
said,
think,
complicated to strangers. Yes, definitely complicated.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
like
something
complicated
that
to us,
I'd be able
but
to understand.
behind closed doors, they obviously know something of what's going on or they get it. But do you think that to a certain extent, some of her interviews and things she says gets to the point of being like disrespectful? Like, would you take if you was Will? Would you be like, all right, you got to chill? Like, say he wasn't in cahoots with her, or they didn't plan all this out.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. The whole
Yeah,
Tupac, like the whole thing with Tupac, like you crying over Tupac because she has
yeah,
an interview where she just cried over the man, like and
yeah.
like
To me,
Tupac. That I think she said he was Tupac was her soulmate and things like that.
wow,
It kind of
wow.
yeah, she said that in the interview, and it's like Will Smith is standing there like in this photo. Like imagine in this photo right now that's on the screen, her saying, "Yeah, Tupac was my soulmate." Yeah, like come on, bro. What are
Yeah,
you
that's a
saying
little
here?
much.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like it gotta be shock value. But I mean, you just never know. I mean, you
You
really
never
never
know.
know.
You never know. But like I said, I feel like there's something. But and let's talk about Will real quick. Like, do you think that career wise, taking into account the several failed movies he's had over the past couple of years, the slap, the stuff now with Jada, do you think this is the end of Will Smith as we know him, like the end of his
Nah,
career? Do you think no? You don't think
not
this?
at
You don't
all.
think this
I
is it?
don't think
You think
so.
he got another one?
I
You
think
think he's coming
I
back?
think that I think that I don't know if you've seen this meme. I got one more in me. I think he got more in
Yeah.
him. To be honest,
You think?
I feel like he gonna let this blow over.
Yeah.
Um, even after the slap, man, I like that. I don't know how good that movie did. The movie he
The
did
slave
right
movie?
after the whole slap.
It didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
didn't do it.
It didn't do that great. I actually like that movie. It was a good movie. If anybody's
I
watching,
didn't watch it. I'm gonna watch it, but I
you
didn't
didn't
watch
watch
it
it.
yet.
It's actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
It's on. I think it's only on Apple TV. I think so.
Yeah. It's on Apple TV. Yeah.
That was a pretty good movie. Like he did his thing on that.
Yeah.
Will Smith is a good actor. Like you can't deny talent. And I think the only thing that would stop him is age. If he, gets tired and can't really do much more. But I feel like he can still do it. Like he can still do his thing. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah.
this is gonna hinder his career in that aspect. He's gonna wait for everything
I mean,
to simmer or whatever, and then maybe come out with some crazy film. You know what I'm saying?
right. It's possible. Do I think we're gonna see, the Will Smith that we saw between the late 90s to the mid 2000s? No, I don't think he's ever gonna do
Oh
numbers
yeah,
like that.
nah.
I don't think
Not like not like that. Not like that.
yeah, not like that. But he's definitely one of those people like us, just like Drake. He's at this point where it's like, does it really matter? Does it matter what he does
Yeah.
or what he doesn't do? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, this guy's career, his resume, whatever you want to call it, you're not touching it. You know what I'm saying? There's no, particularly if we're talking black artists or whatever, no one's touching it. So um yeah, so I don't know, man. But like I said, I don't think it's ever going to be a resurgence of Will Smith of like that renaissance again. But he's definitely at this point where I don't think he has to care about his legacy, so to speak, or anything like that. Um, and I don't think it's really going to do him no harm as far as the personal stuff. Obviously, it's going to be jokes, you know what I mean? And that's really what all this is. Ever since even the slap, what is it really? Just a bunch of jokes and memes and people on the radio clowning him, and then Chris Rock will have his jab in there every once in a while. But like bro, it's like he don't got nothing to worry about. I don't think he has nothing to worry about.
And honestly, if I'm being honest, I think that slap did better for Will Smith's career than Chris Rock. Because I ain't see nothing from Chris. Yeah. I think it will down the line. I think Chris Rock's career is kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you're the one getting slapped. Like your career is even getting slapped, to be honest. I think he did that stand up, and people were actually like mad at Chris Rock for that stand up because there was some because they were like, he said something at the end of the stand up where I think we spoke about it. I don't know if we spoke about it where he was like,
I remember he just started going in on Jada Pinkett Smith. Like you could tell he was kind of like upset, like he was starting to think about shit.
He was going in on Jada. And then he's like, that's what he said. He's like, at the end, he's like, and you know what my mama taught me? Not to act a fool in front of white people. You know what I'm saying? He said something like that, to that extent. And I think that put a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. Like, what? Like, what does that even mean, bro? Like, huh? No, not white people, black people. You know what I'm saying? It put a sour taste in black people's mouth because it's like that's what you got out of it. Like, that's your whole like moral of the story. Like, not to do certain stuff in front of white people. Like, and then they brought up videos from the past where he let this white dude say the N-word on television, like right next to him. So it wasn't looking good for Chris Rock after.
You don't give a shit. So you can say the N-word 10 times. Don't put your hands on me. That I think black people do that. So you let white people do it, okay? But no white person ever put their hands on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. You know what I mean? You could do whatever you want. And I think people raised differently. Some people's parents didn't raise them under that, like sticks and stones kind of thing. I guess some people's parents raised them, or somebody says something, you slap the shit out of them. You know what I mean? But I feel as long as you keep your hands to yourself and you keep that fake energy over there, or you keep that, you know what I mean? Then that's you're just making yourself look stupid. But once you try to publicly embarrass me or publicly physically assault me, there's no holds bars for you, bro. Like I'm not even showing you. Know what I mean? I wouldn't even think. So I'm not mad at Chris Rock per se, but I would say like agree with you on the notion that since the slap, there ain't really been no good for him. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing didn't go up for him. Sure. You know what I mean? It technically was worse for him than Will. When
that's pretty much what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a crazy, it's a odd thing, but yeah, Chris Rock, his career it just kind of went downhill from there.
Right. Yeah, man, we're gonna see what people Will Smith, see what happens. Next let's talk about I didn't even make a banner for this one, but yeah, let's talk about Kai Cenat, man. Kai Cenat. I'll make a banner right now. So what's going on with Kai? Kai Cenat right now is in the middle of, I believe, 7 days. A 7 day jail in 7 days in. So what exactly is it? Like, Don, explain to us, like, because I'm not exactly sure. What is he gonna be doing?
So he's currently streaming right now. Like as we talk, he's doing a 7. He's like, it's I guess make believe. They're all playing. You know how you play house? They're all playing house in prison or in jail.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. There's a couple of them in there, right? Like a couple of
NLE Chopper pulled up. Yeah, NLE Chopper's in this picture. Offset was supposed to pull up, but I guess he canceled on Kai.
Drewski said that?
Yeah, he said it on the stream. Drewski pulled up. Who else pulled up? DDG's in there. So it's I feel like it's creative content, but I think, to be honest, it's at the extent of the stigma of black people, to be real with you. But I mean, I guess that's entertainment nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like they're making it. I don't know if it's supposed to be a skit or like a more of like we're doing this. We're just gonna act like we're in jail for 7 days, or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have no idea.
So
I mean, I get it. It's just like, because I mean, I feel like with Kai, he always finds some sort of like, creative way to do things or to at least do it a little bit different than the other streamers. And I respect this, like that. Obviously, no one's ever done it like this before. So I respect
yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of visionary side of it. But I just feel like it's kind of like lame. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because it's just like, okay, y'all,
yeah,
bunch of dudes, y'all are just, because technically y'all could have done the same thing without the setting of jail. You know what I mean? Just put it at the same place, same time,
yeah.
which I think would have been more interesting. Have it be a situation where who could last the longest in there without leaving. Whoever, if you don't leave voluntarily, you get some kind of prize or something like that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, something you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. But it's like they're just in there acting like they're really in jail. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like you
yeah,
see, I don't know if
yeah.
you've seen a skit of NLE Chopper talking about some, oh, he gonna try and play with my booty. I don't want him to play with my booty, stuff
Yeah, I
like
feel
that.
like
You know what I'm saying?
he's acting cool. Like he's just in there like trying to get, you know what I mean, like trying to like lighten up the mood or like try to like be funny. You know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah, but
that's what
I
I'm saying.
mean that's what they're all doing. Remember, these are all everybody in there is hired. Like it's not
Yeah,
like there's
I
no
know.
real, yeah. So they're all it's like they're like doing skits in there or whatever it is. But like you said, I feel like there could have been added creativity in it. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah,
guess it's
that's
entertaining. I guess watching them act like they're in jail. I mean,
I mean, yeah, from what I saw, because funny enough, like when I first saw the initial commercial for it or the trailer that he had put out and heard about it, I was like, damn, this might actually be kind of like, kind of interesting. Like, I was like, damn, I might watch or
yeah,
whatever. But then, like, since it started in the clips I'm seeing, it just looks like lame, like uninteresting. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like not something that I'm like super, oh, damn, I need to check it out. But I
When I
guess we'll
first
see
seen
what
the
happens.
trailer, I thought it was going to be on some like 60 days. What is it? 60 days in or 90 days in type vibe.
Yeah,
Like I,
yeah.
for some reason, my dumb ass really thought he was going to go to jail.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
I thought
I
he was going to go to a real jail and stream it
He could have
somehow. I
done
don't know.
that. He could have done it because of like you said, if they did it on 60 days in, if they do it, he could have done it. He obviously would have needed a more heightened security because he's Kai. But then it's again, like Kai Cena ain't gonna really put himself in that situation because he's not no real. You know what I'm saying? Like but I feel like if he had done it
Yeah,
that way, he would have really got attention. You know what I'm saying? Like real media attention. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But like you said, when you
exactly.
look at
So
it, it's just skits. They're just doing a bunch of skits. You know what I mean? They're just live from jail.
yeah, and that's like you said, it's like it's on that borderline of kind of being lame. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
like it's
kind
right
of
there.
lame.
Like
Like but it's
it's like
for some reason it's
borderline.
a little entertaining. Yeah, but it's kind of lame, bro. Like I don't know how I feel about this. Like these grown ass niggas in there like really playing house. Like it's it's
House.
it's
Yeah, for
it's kind of
it's
odd.
weird. Rachel said, "I wish they went to the Conjuring house or something." Yeah, like even that, like if they had see who could last in like a haunted house, like who some
Yeah, yeah.
like something like that. Anything I think like that would have been way more interesting. But again, Kai Cena and his homeboys, they're not gonna do nothing that they're really scared of, and they'd probably really be scared to do that, as opposed to creating a simulated jail where you and your homeboys are just hanging out for a week, like wearing uniforms. You know what I mean? So,
and and
um,
and like I said,
yeah,
I feel like I said this specific one here, I feel like it comes at the extent of the stigma of what I'm saying, black people, and
right.
because like because of the ways it's put on, you will see the skits, you see Drewski in there acting like he, what I'm saying, some hood nigga from wherever and acting like he's fresh in and things like, what I'm saying. I feel like it just really just comes at the extent of black people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing with these interviewers, like these YouTubers in general. They're all like basically just acting and doing skits. Because even Homeboy, I always forget his name. The one like his face is like he has like a lot of acne, but he be doing them awkward interviews. He had the one with G Herbo the other day where they was like making fun of him. What's his name again?
This light skinned dude.
No, he's dark skinned. Funny, his name's Funny
Oh,
something.
funny Marco, funny
Marco,
Marco, funny
Marco,
Marco.
yeah, Funny
Yeah.
Marco. There are a lot of people that don't understand that his interviews are not real. Like they think that that's like
Yeah.
between him setting it up like that and him and the people talking about what the interview is going to contain before, it's also editing. He edits it in a certain way that like it looks like the responses are awkward or but it's the editing. But people don't get that. And I think it's the same thing with this Kai Cenat thing where like a lot of people don't get that these guys are like putting on a show, even though it's under the
Oh,
rules of
true.
like, real interview
You know
type thing. You
what?
know what I'm saying?
A lot of people really probably think he's really in jail.
Some people
Come to
did. I
think
saw because
about it.
he was arguing with Glorilla or something like that. And she mentioned something about it, and then I think like what's his name? The other dude got involved, academics, and was
Academics, yeah, I
like,
seen that whole
yeah, he's
back and
not
forth
really in
today.
jail, bro. Like
She really thought that nigga
he
was in jail, bro.
I don't know if she
What's
really,
up
really
with people
thought that,
nowadays,
or
man?
if academics was just like fake making fun of her, but she did comment on saying like, "Oh, you in jail or something." It's like, nigga, he's obviously not really in jail.
It's funny, it's funny that you bring up the academic stuff. I thought it was crazy. He's actually talking about fighting Glorilla on
Yeah,
Twitter. He put a tweet talking about so he go beat her ass.
bro, I seen that.
I was like,
Yeah,
academics tripping. But
tripping
yeah,
out.
yeah. So Kai that, man. I definitely I like his form of creativity to be real, and you know what I'm saying. If he could just build on it, just wasn't like 100% a fan of this jail stream. But like I said, it's entertaining.
The Bobby girl. Okay. I was gonna say who the Bobby girl is. Rachel said, "You, oh my God, you know who I don't like the Bobby girl, that white girl, right? Yeah, her too.
Oh,
She's
yo,
in another one. Like all those
yeah,
interviews are like fake. They're just awkward like that because they know people gravitate towards that, but they're all fake, bro. They're not real. But yeah, she's annoying. I don't because I ain't gonna lie. Funny Marco,
yeah.
I was on
Her
his
shit's
page the other
annoying.
day. Funny Marco's actually funny. Like I don't know something about him. Like
Yeah,
you want him to like just his demeanor is
nah, he's
funny.
actually fun. I mean, even from before, because he been doing this style of comedy, I guess, for a while now. Like he's seen, like you said, he did the public interviews. I've been watching that man since like 4, 5,
Yeah,
6 years now. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
facts.
so, his shit actually funny. The Bobby girl is just like it's awkward. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
really just
Um,
awkward. Like it's like you can't really laugh at it.
facts. Moving on though. Let's move on. Let's talk about Kodak Black, boy. Kodak Black.
Yeah,
What is going on with Kodak Black, man? Kodak Black has been in the media for some time now. Everybody's saying he's been tripping. He has openly admitted, some people don't really listen to his songs, but on his songs, he's openly admitted to taking heroin and PCP and obviously perks and stuff and methamphetamines and all that. So he's clearly on drugs. Regardless of what you want to say,
yeah.
this man is clearly on drugs. Now, if you have seen his recent Drink Champs interview, it is extremely clear that he is on drugs. He is super on drugs. Like even just I didn't watch the whole interview because I couldn't even I couldn't bear it. But the clips that I even saw, you can barely even understand what this man is like saying, bro. Like he's damn near
Yeah,
talking a
yeah,
whole
yeah.
different level.
Everybody's been saying, oh, if you know, the 97% people can't understand what he's talking about, but if you're from South Florida, you can understand you can
Yeah,
understand
I
him. But
understand. Yeah, but
I from South
still,
Florida, I can understand a little bit. But the man,
exactly.
nah, this ain't no. Don't go out saying this is how South Florida people speak, because it's not. This is how a South Florida person sound when they strung out, you know what I'm saying, like on a lot of drugs.
Facts. And so let me ask you this: what you think? You think he needs some help? You think we should just, in general, you think these artists? Because at the end of the day, I don't think people like to act like these guys are sometimes crying out for help silently or that they need our support. But to me, if you're on your songs literally bragging about taking the drugs that you're on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not you crying out for help, to me. So what you think? You think Kodak Yak needs some help, or that's his
I
problem?
mean, I want to say this is kind of his problem, because like we've seen artists do some, like, I guess you could say, crashing out stuff, right?
Right.
But Kodak's not doing that. He's just getting super high, and that's really it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's just doing the drugs,
He could be
to be real.
crashing out behind closed doors. We don't know. He could be like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
true. But like, if he's not, if you don't see it, if you don't visually see it, just who are you to say that he really needs help besides him just getting super high on whatever drugs he's doing? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like the man, if you say he needs help, he probably gonna be like, nah. Like what if he's sober the next day and just be like, you know what I'm saying? Just nah, I don't need what you talking about. I just like really getting high. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got the
And that's
money. I
cool.
got.
If you, bro, like I said, I'm not no drug connoisseur, but whatever
Mhm.
you do if that's you and you can control yourself and you're high, do
That's
what
what I'm
you got to
saying.
do. But I do
Because like,
wonder, like, go ahead. No, go ahead.
nah, I was gonna say, I was gonna say, like, it's been a while since he's been in jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't
Right.
see him out there. You know how some people in the media, or like rappers and stuff, like they'll be going to jail or doing some crazy, getting
Right.
locked
Right.
up for this, and
Right.
it's been a while since he been on some wild stuff like that. So I don't know what to say about Kodak, bro. It seemed like every time he's like this is when he's doing an interview.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. To me, the problem is not even so much that, but it's like, why do guys like Kodak? Why they don't? Because me, I would, if that was my man's, I'll be like, bro, don't do the interview like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you got to
For
do when
sure.
you go be in front of a podcast or interview. Don't, you know what I mean? Then again, when you get to the point, like I said, you're somebody like Kodak Black, it's probably the same case with the people that are around Kanye West. You probably can't say nothing to these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you do say something, they're probably going to do what they do regardless. And I get that. But it's just weird to me, bro. Cause I'm just like, yo, like if that was my man's, I could not let him go do an interview like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just he almost looked like he was like literally about to just like black out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was out of there. Like even somebody pointed out a point in the podcast where he was like actually gonna spit on the floor. I didn't see this part, and Nori had to be like, "Yo, bro, don't spit on the floor." Like, do you know how somebody just talking, maybe just like spit to the side or something like that? Apparently, he was about to do the same thing. He's like, "Yo, nah, chill out." So, I mean, I guess people saying like he needs help to, I guess to make sure he don't like I guess overdose or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, we don't know how much drugs he's taking. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is something for people in a circle. Go ahead.
Yeah, for people in a circle, definitely they would know. But again, like those are the people that would have to be the ones to tell them, like, like don't go do any interviews or anything like that while you like that. But my question is though, like we were talking about earlier with like the podcasters and the older dudes, like Nori being another one who was an artist back in the day, didn't exactly have a hit career. Most people probably can't name 4 Nori songs, but he was an artist who's now found kind of a new career or a new light in doing these podcasts. So with the Kodak situation, I've been seeing a lot of people going through the comments and stuff, looking at people saying like, yo, Nori and other artists like him should be somewhat held responsible for when we got people like Kodak in interviews looking like this. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of people are saying like, should Nori go through with an interview if the person or the artist shows up and they're clearly inebriated? But my thing is like, if I'm Nori, I'm like, yo, that's a grown person. That's not really my responsibility to become another grown man. And then I do understand the aspect though, like people are looking at it as he's clearly being like, oh, I'm about to have Kodak Black looking bad. Hi, that's gonna get me more views. You get what I'm saying? So there's that, and I can see how that's bad. But what do you want me to do?
I mean,
I scheduled an interview. You showed up. I'm not gonna cancel it because you showed up high.
I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here and say I don't think Nori even had that. I don't think Nori was thinking, oh, he gonna come high. This is gonna be, what I'm saying? I think he was more thinking like, yo, this is Kodak. Like, this is gonna be a dope interview and it's gonna get a lot of views because it's Kodak. Like, Kodak's gonna come, he gonna talk his shit, probably say some crazy stuff, but.
Right, but I'm saying, say you Nori now and Kodak shows up and he comes out, say you even meet him in the green room or in the back, wherever. You're like, what up? And he's clearly gone. Like, you're like, damn. And he's like, damn, they're about to pass out. You still doing the interview? You still like, all right, yeah, get up. Let's go.
Man, people got obligations. People got money to make. You're a grown man. Don't go to no interview strung out or high as hell if you don't want, like, because what if Nori's like, yo, I don't want to do this no more. Then Kodak probably gonna cuss him out. Like, what if you have me come out here, this, that, and the other? Like, you're a grown man, bro. You got to take accountability for your own actions. If Kodak looks down the line 10 years from now, I'll be like, damn, I should have never did that interview. Like, a childish person would blame Nori for that, but a real deal person is going to blame themselves. Like, damn, I should have never. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should have never went up there. So can't blame Nori. The show must go on.
Yeah, absolutely. Always the show.
Nori just said she's not gonna do it. She's not gonna do the interview only because I'll feel too bad. Hey, that's some people gonna feel bad, but I'd still feel bad. I ain't gonna care. Afterwards, I'd feel bad afterwards. Like, damn, like you kind of strung out, but I mean, it just is what it is. I'm not gonna stop just because of that. But damn, it's messed up.
I don't know if I feel bad, but I would be a little embarrassed for you and for myself. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, and again, you could tell. This is why I said for Nori, it doesn't much count because you could tell Nori's him and Dude's vision for their Drink Champs thing is kind of different. But if I'm, an actual interviewer and I really want to get a good interview and good content, yeah, I'd be pissed. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd be like, bro, you couldn't take this seriously enough to at least just come a little bit somewhat normal. You know what I mean? Like, you making me look bad. You know what I mean? And because like I said, if you even watch this interview, granted, it's going to get views because of obviously he's high in it. People are going to watch it just for that. But you didn't really get nothing out of this interview. You know what I'm saying? Especially as far as like information or like, you know what I mean? Because he was just too gone to even give a good interview. And I think as an interviewer, that would piss me off because I'd be like, yo, that's kind of disrespectful to me and what I got going on. You get what I'm saying? Like, because we expect you to
That's true.
come and be on point so that we could get a good interview and I could edit it and put it up. So I don't know. But again, Nori, I don't think that's not the wave that Nori is on right now. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, looks like Kodak's he's on that stuff. He's got enough money to be on that stuff. So I hope that this doesn't end with him in any kind of negative, bad way, or especially not terminally, as far as like him dying, like fatal, whatever. But I do think, I would say both with his music and with just his overall presence, you can tell that like the drugs are starting to like take a toll on him. You get what I'm saying? Because even his last, I think, was not very good, and that's not like
I feel like he's going a DMX route. When it comes to just career wise, I feel like I feel like he's turning the DMX route, but like you just want to. It's crazy too because somebody like that who came out with a song, his first song that was popular was "No Flocking," pretty much talking about people not doing them like what they would deem crackhead type drugs and stuff like that, or what he's talking about not even, I think he said not even doing booger sugar or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And the man turns around and does it. Like honestly, he's the last person who I would have thought at the time would be on this route. You know what I mean? It's crazy to think that, like, but it's just life for now.
Yeah, man. So yeah, shout out to Kodak. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna keep up with him and see. Moving on though. Let's keep it moving. We got one last topic, and then we're gonna do a quick reaction video to something, a big topic that was going on for the past couple week or the last week. And after that, we're gonna get out of here, man. But next, man, we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about that shooting, man. The Maine shooting that happened in Maine. When was this exactly? I feel like this was when
last week, sometime
last week. It was a couple of days ago. Obviously, I forget the exact day that it was. Wednesday night. So it's been what, 4 days? Thursday, Friday. Yeah, it's 4 days now, man. So first off, the crazy thing here that I want to say is that it felt, if anything, if there's any kind of positive that you can take out of this situation, when Wednesday night, when I heard the news about this and it happened, I thought to myself, like, damn, like it at least feels like it's been a while since we had one of these, or since we heard, because
for real?
there was a time period where I feel like we were talking about a shooting every other day almost. You get what I'm saying? Like it was like happening back to back. And then when this happened, I was like, well, damn, it's been a while. But I'm like, I guess this is never gonna end, man. This is never gonna end.
Killed. And has it really been a while, or maybe you just didn't? Because, bro,
when was the last one before this? That was like big.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I was about to say that I kind of.
It was the one that we talked about on here when she went into the school and they shot her in the school. Remember, she went into school and she shot a couple of kids.
It was a girl.
Yeah, it was like a trans person, and they were saying that's why she went to the school, because she was upset because she went to the school when she was little or something like that. Yeah, that's the last one that I remember, and that had to been like
a few months back. And this is what I was gonna say to that. I feel like myself, I kind of it's bad, but with these situations, it's like you get numb to it. Like it's like it's like another day, unfortunately. So there's some that probably happened that just went over our heads that we don't even remember. To be real with you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. And that's the messed up.
Yeah, because even the one that you just mentioned, I forgot about that one. I was thinking back to another one where the dude went into a supermarket and killed a bunch of people.
Yeah, that was that one before that. That was even longer ago.
Yeah, that was like, that's what I'm saying. So it's like some of these I just be forgetting. It's bad, bro. It's like,
remember the other one with the kid, the Hispanic kid that went to the school. He shot the kid. The other one, he shot the kids in the school.
Yeah.
And then he went back to his grandparents' house. He had shot I think he killed his grandma too, or something like that. But yeah, man. So what do you think as far as like, so once again here we saw that for about 2 days they were looking for this guy, or like a day and a half, and then come to find out that he did kill himself. What is your take on this, with this like the shooter killing himself thing? Like what, because it's like the concept of like you make the decision that you want to leave this earth, or you're mentally ill or whatever. but then you decide you got to take innocent people with you. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
so when I felt, because honestly, after they couldn't find him for a couple of days, I had a feeling like he must have done something to himself, because how could he have just
Yeah.
disappeared like that? But what do you think? So I want you to tell me two things. Actually, I want you to tell me what you think as far as like these shooters, why maybe they killed themselves after, if it's all planned that way, and also tell me what you think about the police response, because a lot of people were mad that this guy was able to do this so quickly and then be on the run for like 2 days. So what do you think the police should get flack for that or no?
So I mean, like with the them killing themselves after, I feel like it's planned, and I don't get why whenever like people are going through whatever they're going through, whatever like brings them to this point where they're like, oh, I'm gonna go and shoot up whatever. And apparently this guy had a wife and children. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's like you go out there and you go, like it's crazy to think like person like me with what I would believe is a normal thought process and a normal brain. Like I couldn't even think in a million years of me doing something like that, especially if you have a wife and children. You know what I'm saying?
But they said
So
he was mentally ill for months ago. He had some sort of nervous breakdown at the, because he's ex-military. He's like very military trained, and he was at some sort of military base, and he had like a nervous breakdown there, or some sort of like mental situation there. And they said that from then he should have been on the radar of the police and the authorities, that like, okay, this guy might do
mm,
something, because they said that was back in like July or June or something, like beginning of the summer.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like I can't wrap my mind around like why don't you just end yourself instead of going, you know what I'm saying? Like instead of going out and like what is the point of just killing other people just to do it, like, and then yourself, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
with no reason behind it, like either way is bad, like even if you have some crazy reason in your head or no reason at all, but with no reason at all is like just wild I just don't get it. I mean,
Do you think more, maybe even than before, that mental health? Because again, we're getting to that argument where people are talking about gun control and that we need to get rid of guns. Are you still thinking that it's more of a mental health thing? Do you think it's more of a gun thing now? Well, how do you feel about that?
damn. Yeah, I think we just gotta. If I was like thinking of a what we're gonna tackle first, yeah, definitely got to be mental health, man. I feel
Yeah,
like that might have to be the first thing to tackle is like mental health aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? And we had some ideas back in the day. I think my idea was what having a therapist all the way from like kindergarten or whatever every
yeah.
year, like have that standard in schools. They have it, but maybe like a therapist class or something like that. Something. I forgot what I came up with. I had a pretty decent idea, and I was like, this might be a decent idea to maybe work, but man, I don't know, man.
I mean, I think that they should at least. I think the two main things that they could at least use as a base to start some sort of mandatory mental health fixing for people. Um, People who are
Oh
not
yeah, that's
only
what it was. Mandatory, yeah.
what?
Mandatory.
Yeah, make
No,
it
that's
mandatory,
what
right?
that's yeah, make it mandatory instead of like, oh, you see a therapist if you want to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You make
But what
it
I'm saying is,
mandatory,
what
they will
the
catch
only
on.
one of the things steps they could take to make that mandatory, so they know, okay, these specific people need this help, is one, if you are obviously showing signs of mental illness, or you're just like depressed, emotionally doing, sociopathic stuff. But then on top of that, if you have an interest in guns, or if you're very trained with guns, you seem to own a lot of guns. Anybody that's super into guns and also showing signs of mental health, I think that's where they need to start, because it seems to be that is the combination that leads people to ultimately do things like this and go kill X amount of people with a
That's
firearm. You know
true.
what I mean?
That's
Like this
true.
dude
People with
walked
that
into a
gun
bowling alley.
obsession.
Yeah,
He
and
walked
because
into a
like
bowling alley. That's what it was.
yeah, it was a bowling alley, and he just like let it rip, man, on like 20 people, kids, women, children, men, everybody.
God
Like,
damn, bro.
it's
Like,
like, man, like, that's mentally ill, man. Like, people, there's I don't think there's anything wrong with guns or being obsessed with guns, even as long as your obsession is literally just that, like guns itself. And but when there's a difference between being obsessed with guns or liking guns and then liking killing people, you get what I'm saying, and being obsessed with that,
yeah,
or even having thoughts, suppressed thoughts, even of going out and committing mass murder. That I feel like needs to start being separated from, oh, guns is the problem, guns is the problem. No, bro, because if this guy was at this state where he was willing to kill 20 innocent people, even if he didn't have access to a gun, even if it didn't happen Wednesday night, he would have eventually done something to someone. You know what I mean? And that's the
Yeah.
problem. People that are like so mentally ill that they not only want to hurt themselves, but they want to hurt innocent people with them. And I don't know. That's where I think they honestly need to start as far as looking at the issue with that.
Yeah. I think that'd be a good idea. If I was like a president or something, I definitely would say we need this. We like everybody should see a therapist. Like it should be some kind of mandatory thing, especially in your younger years, like at schools. Like you see one once a week. Like even if it's a quick visit, a 5-minute visit, you have a therapist at a school. Every student just comes in 5 minutes with a therapist. I think
Right.
that'll be a good idea. I don't know how expensive it would be, but I think that'll be a decent idea.
Right, man. Well, RIP to everyone, of course, that died in
Yes,
that
yes, for
incident,
sure.
man. And as usual, we could hope and pray that this is not going to happen again, specifically not anytime soon. But these days it is what it is. We kind of just gotta like, it's not safe out here. I can honestly say it, like especially depending on where you live and the kind of environment you're gonna be in. Because all this town in Maine was a quiet little sleepy town that no one really knew about or anything, and happened there. So it could happen anywhere. You got to be on your P's and Q's, and you got to be aware of your surroundings and aware of the people that are with you in
Mhm.
your surroundings and what they're doing and how they're acting and their behavior. And I don't know, man. Don't live in fear, but at the same time, just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, be careful and be observe what's going on.
That's facts,
Um,
man.
that's facts, man. So moving on, though. Moving on. We're gonna talk about some other stuff. We're gonna do a reaction video to something that's been in the media that's kind of been going on. Let's talk about this cheesecake list, right? So
Oh,
any ladies, there's not a lot of people left here, but if there are any ladies that are in the chat, please comment on this and put in your 2 cents, because I think, I don't know, I'm seeing mixed emotions on this. I'm seeing some people on one side and some people on the other side. So those of you, if you don't know, there's a list going on. I don't know who made this list, when it was made, who uploaded it, whatever, but there's a list of restaurants and places in general that I guess women are not accepting right now. Uh,
that's that's pretty. That's comical, bro. Because it's like
first date. Yeah, it's pretty
that's
comical.
hilarious.
Now I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at the list, right? There are some establishments on there that I can agree and see why they would be on this list. And if I was a woman, I don't think I would want a man to take me there. I wouldn't take a woman there, so I could understand. But then there's some of them on here that I'm like, all right, you could take me here right now, and then I'll be and I'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, I gotta see that
there's
list. I
some.
don't think I've seen the list. I don't think I've seen the list. I gotta see that list.
If I had remembered to put it on, I would have brought it up so that you could take a look
That's all
on it,
good.
or maybe maybe I could do it real quick. So first off, let's look at a reaction video. I want to look at a reaction video. This video is actually a reaction to a video that we're gonna react to, and this video was made by Clay, MC Bourne. Some of y'all might know him as our
Playboy
family, our
MC.
cousin. Yeah. So he made a video talking about it and responding to it. So I just wanted us to look at it on here real quick and also watch this young woman's response to it. And then we'll talk about that after. So let's
Yeah. First of all, now you have this.
let me rewind.
This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
First of all, now, you have this one video that went viral yesterday, and now because of it, you have this whole list of restaurants that men apparently are not supposed to be taking women at on a first date. Now, granted, my first date with my girlfriend was at her house. We smoked a little bit of yeah. We watched I think we watched music videos and really got to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Nothing intimate at all. But now you got these women nowadays that feel like if they invest so much in themselves, it's almost they need to get that return on their first date. And that to me is a little bit asinine, especially now that we have a whole list of things that men are not supposed to do on a first date. When back then this was normal as hell. Like I can't even
It's a
take you
long
to
ass
the
list.
movies. We can't go get something to eat at a regular place and feel like regular people. I'm not about to treat you like a queen and you not even my girlfriend yet. A lot of y'all got y'all priorities messed up. So y'all got to stop with the TV, the BBLs. Like y'all need to get it together because this is now getting ridiculous.
Dog brought up the BBLs.
He brought up a lot. He brought up a lot. He brought up a lot. So before we look at the list, though, I bring up the list and we take a look at the list and see where we agree and disagree. What do you think about some of the stuff that he was saying in there? Do you think would you mostly agree with what he was saying?
Nah, I actually 100% agree with him, man. Like, what I want to say to the people that's in the random ass list got people real hot. Yeah, what I want to say is to the people in the dating pool, yo, it got to be tough out there, bro. Like, especially with lists coming out there. Like, imagine you a single dude, and that list pops out.
Some
Right
of this
before
you
you about to
gotta
go on a date.
Yeah,
Go
you're
ahead,
like,
go
hold up, nigga. Like,
you got a fresh date planned. You got a fresh date planned at the cheesecake. You know what I'm saying? A whole day planned out. And now this list come out, and now your whole fucking plan.
I'm gonna take shorty now. But okay. So let's start with some positives. I want to say a good thing. A positive we can take from this is that if you do want to subscribe to this list or look at it or like care about it, at least there is now some sort of guideline that fellas can look at. Particularly if you start talking to a woman and she says, "Look, I'm a list girl. I respect that list. So whatever that list says, then at least you know what you're dealing with. At least that's a good thing you can take from it, right?" I will say though that I agree with him. If you listen to what he was saying, is that like the woman that he's with now, their first date, they didn't really even go anywhere. They kind of just chilled at the house, did what they like to do. They hung out. Yeah, exactly. And again, let's talk about that too. Because I'm glad that Rachel said that, right? Damn, I had no standards. I went to EJ's house on the first date. This is something
you had standards, man. Forget that. That was a good date.
That's what I'm saying. I think that stigma right there needs to completely be dissolved in 2023. Going to someone's house, whether you're a woman going to a man's house, you're gay, straight, whatever you do, you're going to someone's house on a first date. I do not think is degrading in any way or disrespectful, or you should be ashamed of it. It's what you do or don't do at the house. Okay. Furthermore, it's what that person is expecting you or not expecting to do at the house. Because I've never had like a house be a first date, but I could understand that being a thing, because what if that's where I'm comfortable? And if I'm not the kind of person that's going to put you in any kind of weird, awkward sexual situation or pressure you to do anything, what's the big deal? Getting to know each other at someone's house in a private setting where that's quiet, you can have an intimate conversation. You can get to know like he said, you get closer doing and finding out what you like to do. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. That might actually be a very good, format, starting point, whatever, for a really great relationship. You know what I mean? And so I don't think, I think, when people say, "Oh, I'm definitely not going to your house." Like, what's the big deal? I don't think that's a big deal at all.
Yeah. And times have changed. It's a little different now. So, I mean, I feel like social media like screwed a lot of stuff up. Like this list, it kind of messes with a lot of people's head, because now, and not just cheesecake. Now, like you said, the house thing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody going to somebody's house. Like if say somebody suggests, "Hey, come to my house. We're gonna vibe a little bit. Boom, boom, boom." You know what I'm saying? And it's not even like, yeah, exactly. It's automatic. No, and like it's like, damn, you just tried me. You know what I'm saying? Or even like a cheesecake like that. Whether the video with the girl was a skit or was it not, or whatever it was. Yeah. Like it's a good conversation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a good conversation starter.
Go ahead.
I definitely think that was a skit. Like that was like ultimate disrespect. But whatever. It brought up a really good conversation. So like the cheesecake, like, bro, I honestly don't get it. I don't get the bad stigma of taking somebody to the Cheesecake Factory like on a first date. I don't get it. You know what
I
I'm saying?
get it.
So
The
I'd be if
cheesecake
I was
ain't-
in the dating pool, it's not high end, it's not high
yeah,
fashion,
it's
but
not like Noble
I
or some
mean,
shit. It's not like, you feel me? It's not, but
yeah,
at the same time, it's like, bro, it's still a place to eat. The food is, I haven't been there in years, but
yeah,
last time
yeah,
the
yeah.
food was decent. And it's
You
not,
take them
I
to the
wouldn't say it's cheap. It's affordable, I would say. I wouldn't say it's cheap, but it's
yeah,
it's
and
certainly not
that's another
expensive.
question. Are they saying don't take me to the Cheesecake Factory because like the price, like you said, it's affordable,
Well,
it's
okay.
not super
Well,
expensive. Like,
let's look
what's
at
the
let's see
reason?
if
Is
we
the
could
food
up.
the food ain't
See,
bad?
here's the
Oh, there
list.
goes the
There's the
list.
list. There goes the list. Let's all take a look at the list. Because the reason why I'm saying this now is because the list does not only, from what I understand, it doesn't only consist of restaurants or places to eat, right? There's also some stuff on
Yeah.
there like places. So okay, we got Cheesecake Factory number 1. All right. And again, anybody in the
Mhm.
comments, man or woman, let us know how you feel. Cheesecake Factory, I don't think there's no problem with that. Applebee's. Now, Applebee's, depending on the day or the night or the location, it could be a hit or miss. Applebee's is an L
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
But I have been on plenty of Applebee's dates that were great. And you know,
Mhm.
in my current relationship, like I don't think there's any kind of problem with Applebee's date at all. But again, it's a place. If a girl said to me, I don't want to go to Applebee's, I'd be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I can understand. I wouldn't turn my nose up at it.
Yeah.
Chili's, kind of the same thing. Chipotle also
Chipotle's
maybe
OD.
not a first date. But if we talking first date, and that's why I said this is why communication is really what should be the
Mhm.
foundation of any relationship or starting to talk to somebody. Communication. Because I don't
Mhm.
see nothing wrong with a Chipotle date or any kind of little fast food place if we decide, okay, we want to meet each other and just get to know each other real quick and then go on like a real first date. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Yeah,
don't
okay,
want to
yeah.
go and
I was gonna bring that
your
up.
time and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Like, okay, it depends. Now we're talking like what kind of date is it? If I say, oh, let's go on a date, like even now, if I was to talk to Rachel and be like, yo, let's go on a date, like get ready, like, oh, we're gonna go on a fire date, get dressed up, boom, 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 and then we go to Chipotle, I could understand her, like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You did all this
yeah.
for
That's
the
what I'm saying.
Chipotle?
I'm
You
not
know what I'm
gonna
saying?
gas you. I'm not gonna gas you and sauce you and get you all sauced and then take you to Chipotle or Applebee's. You know what I'm saying? But you know
Yeah,
what I mean. But
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I
yeah,
said
yeah.
communication.
I
You gotta
get
let them
that.
know, like, you know what I mean. So okay, we got that. Okay, so Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden for me, the same boat. Y'all know me and how I feel about movies. So number 6 for me is the major disrespect on this because I feel like there's nothing wrong with going to the movies on the first date. The only thing that I can say that I've heard people complain about the movies on a first date is because obviously you can't talk really during the movie. You could talk after,
True.
which I think is good because seeing a movie before and then having dinner after especially gives you a lot to talk about because you could talk about the movie and how you felt about it, right? So I don't think there's nothing wrong with a movie date. I don't think there's nothing wrong with a movie date as long as y'all both like movies, right? So okay, so Legier says it's all individual. So those in the dating pool taking this list as Bible is so silly. Do you? There's someone for everyone. Yeah, exactly. But that's the problem because I think, like me and EJ just said, I think that video that was made was a skit. I also think whoever made this list was kind of trolling a little bit. You get what I'm saying? But
yeah.
there are people that are taking this as Bible. Like this is their new, like, yes, this is what I'm going by. This is the standard. Like, which is crazy. So we got the movies, Your House. We talked about Your House. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if there's one thing that I would say like don't even call it a date, it would be like what I think what you about to get number 8, any fast food chain. Don't I wouldn't call like a McDonald's a date or a Burger King a date or things like that. That right there, like that's complete disrespect. Unless you're telling, oh, let's just go grab some McDonald's or let's go grab some Burger King.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This ain't like a official date.
Yeah, Wingstop, I would consider Wingstop the same as like McDonald's and all that. Red Lobster, I would say Red Lobster, I guess I would say is kind of in the same category as cheesecake a little bit, although Red Lobster could get a little
for sure.
A buffet, I mean, it's a buffet. IHOP, same thing.
Buffet's
Denny's, same
fire.
thing. The gym, I don't get the big deal. If y'all are both workout kind of people and y'all both go to the gym, I feel like for two workout people, a
that'd be
gym
a fire
would
date
be
for
the great. Yeah, they'd love the first date be at the gym to like, exercise kind of people in shape and all that. So yeah, they don't know that. That's crazy. Church. I mean, what the hell? What's the big deal about like if that's where you want to go on the first date? If y'all both holy, if y'all both
Yeah, two
religious,
church people would. Yeah, for
no
sure.
problem. What's the big deal?
Starbucks.
Starbucks again. That's like to
Starbucks
me.
may be an expensive date. The fuck?
Yeah, because Starbucks be adding up.
That'll
I
be
ain't
an
gonna cap.
expensive date. Starbucks be adding
Everybody
up, boy.
loves coffee. So I mean, but then again, it depends on the setting. Because some Starbucks, depending on the time of day, too, might be crowded, busy, all loud. That's not a good setting for a date. But if it's a quiet little Starbucks in the
Yeah.
corner, you know what I mean? I don't see what's wrong with grabbing coffee as a meetup for a first date. No problem with that.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Starbucks, there's somebody on Facebook. This young lady. I don't know how old she is, but she's probably like middle aged, maybe in her 30s. She said that she feels disrespectful with coffee dates. So that was a whole different. I didn't understand that. Like, I'd be like,
Yeah,
oh, let's grab some coffee. She
I've heard
feels
people
disrespectful.
I guess
For
because
real?
it sounds
That-
kind of like quick and dismissive. Yeah, I've heard people like, I'm not doing a coffee date or anything quick like that because it just seems.
Okay.
'cause I guess some people for the first date want like a big thing or something meaningful, extravagant. But it's like, again, it's a first date. We might not even end up on a second, no matter where we go. So I could understand not you not maybe not necessarily wanting to put so much or investing so much into the first date. Yeah, so family functions. Okay, obviously I wouldn't bring you to meet my family on a first date. That's wild.
Yeah. Family function is OD on the first date.
Movie night, I guess. Obviously, I understand not wanting to Netflix and chill. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's on watching a movie somewhere that requires a long drive. I guess this is a very like nitpicky specific list, if you ask me. Bowling, on, get that.
Yeah, I mean they're low key naming everything. If I was to
like
redo this
like,
list myself, and yeah. If I was to redo this list myself, number one would be any fast food chain. Number two would be somewhere that requires a long drive because that is ridiculous for a first date, kind of like, in my opinion.
Obviously, and then like family function, I'm
long drive.
My family
function is
nightclub,
number three.
A nightclub, I don't think, unless y'all are two party people or party promoters, I don't think a nightclub would be a good first date. A bar just for drinks, nothing, man. Grown people, and again, this must be where people live because when you live in a place like New York City, you see grown people going out for drinks at bars all the time as first dates, like all the time. That's like I'd say that's probably the number one meet and greet for first dates in New York City. Waffle House, okay, I get it. Waffle House is egregious. That place is insane, so I can understand not wanting to go there.
That's like McDonald's. I want to say for a date, that's like doing McDonald's as a date. So that goes into any fast food. For me.
But so before we go, but for you, what's the most ridiculous? For me, I think most ridiculous on this list is bowling and the movies. Those are two things I don't think should ever go out of style as a first date. I don't think it should ever be a problem. I don't think nobody should think you're like broke or you're like, you know what I mean, for just wanting to take them to the movies or bowling. So, but what about you?
Yeah, I want to say about the movies and bowling and like in the bar for drinks. I feel like those are ridiculous. That's something that you see people do all the time. And I'll still say I don't get the Cheesecake Factory. I don't get it.
Yeah, Cheesecake.
And people are dead ass set on the Cheesecake Factory. Like I would never understand that, bro. I'll never understand the because like it's not like McDonald's or something like that. Yo, it's Cheesecake Factory.
Word.
I remember we used to. I mean, back in the day. I mean, I guess maybe people were saying this.
That was back in the day. Cheesecake was like up here. I know it's not like that no more, but it's still not.
That's why, like, maybe people like it's played out.
Like
it's like you know what I'm saying?
Because I can guarantee you, a lot of women by the time they, especially our age now, they're like in their early 30s, late 20s. They probably went to a lot of Cheesecake Factories on a first date. So that's probably how that got there.
That could be it. That could be it. Like no more Cheesecake Factory. I've been having cheesecake since I was 18 years old.
For real. But yeah, bro, that's it, man. We on an hour and a half. I don't want to take up any more time. Thank you to everybody that was in the chat today. You know, we're trying to stay consistent, but we're going through a lot of changes as far as the podcast and also just trying to promote the Instagram and the social media. So y'all stick with us. The people that have been sticking with us for over 2 years now, we appreciate it. And obviously we're going to keep going up. Happy Halloween to everybody. Happy Halloween. Be safe. If you out there partying, whatever you're doing, be safe. Drink responsibly. Take your medicines responsibly. And yeah, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna try to keep coming back every week or at least every other week until we got big plans in February. Show. So, but Don, anything you got? You want to tell them anything? Promote what you tell them? I seen you got a book. You got like a cooking channel or a cooking.
Yeah.
What y'all got going on?
Yeah. So we got Milking It coming out November 1st. So y'all go check that out. You know, me and Rachel went viral last month and this month, and we kind of, you know what I'm saying, we explaining our thought process and everything. So I feel like a lot of people are gonna like that. It kind of gets in our mind. So Milking It's dropping November 1st. Also, I got a lot of music coming out. I got a lot of music coming out. I just dropped the track called All My Life, and I just got a lot of, you know, a lot of different things planned. Got a lot of plans with the podcast. So you guys are gonna see a lot of creation coming from this side. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, from myself, Alexander, from Rachel, Bailey Bunch, from Pop Up, and Culture Class. A lot of creation coming from this side for real.
Yeah. And obviously, you know, we want to make it be known moving forward. Our main focus isn't always going to be to do a live stream every week or to be, we want to turn everything into an overall kind of entertainment, kind of creation, creative arts platform. So definitely look out for the YouTube, y'all, because, you know, the YouTube is going to start. I'm going to start uploading more and more videos. That's going to be a thing. Where'd I go? Yeah. So other than that, bro, I don't got nothing else. Thank you to everybody. I hope everybody be safe this weekend. Peace out.
Peace.